She was competent to stand trial. There was no insanity defense. She knew right from wrong. Her ability to emotionally appreciate what was going on would be the question.
Dr. John Fabian is a forensic psychologist and neuropsychologist. His work often lands him in the courtroom evaluating defendants for pretrial and pre-sentence examinations. He also looks at their competency, risk assessment, and mental state defenses. Dr. Fabian spoke with Gypsy-Rose Blanchard ahead of her parole hearing.
My interactions with Gypsy and my knowledge of the level of trauma, I mean, this is a real heavy-duty, complex trauma, polytrauma case, the intensity, the chronicity of it, and it was constant. Really, I feel that she sounds better than I would expect.
Gypsy-Rose was medically abused by her mother. The case is the most famous example of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, also called factitious disorder imposed on another, or medical child abuse.
They may lie about them, alter tests, contaminate urine samples, falsify medical records, or even, induce symptoms through abuse, poisoning, suffocating, starving. Most cases may have elements of it, but this is a full-blooded case. It's as severe as it can be.
Detective Mike Weber says it may not be as rare as you think. He works with the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office in North Texas and is an expert in the investigation of medical child abuse. He says there is no mandated training for this type of abuse required by the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, pediatricians, or police. And there are no criminal laws in any state that specifically address medical child abuse. Does that mean that there's the potential that this is happening even more than we realize?
Yes.
Weber says since March 2019, they filed 10 criminal cases on this abuse with the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office and investigated more than 30 reports. He's also investigated other reports with the district attorney's office.
I hear all the time people say, well, these are really hard to prove. And when I hear that, what I hear is, we don't want to deal with this.
One reason being these cases also require a lot of legwork.
You have to go through every medical record you can find from the birth of the child. And if that child's an 8 or 9-year-old, you may be talking 60, 70,000 pages of medical record. And you have to compare every medical history to every other medical history that the caregiver is giving to show that pattern of deception.
Weber has been trying to pass bills in the legislature that would make it a crime for a caregiver to intentionally provide false medical history to a medical provider, leading to injury in a child. The result would be a third-degree felony. He plans to keep pushing for change from state lawmakers and hopes CPS initiates policies on this type of abuse.
And I feel legislative action on multiple fronts, right? Require at least an hour of CLE for doctors, require CPS to have policies. Now, pass a law specific to this type of abuse, because it's extremely hard. We have to shoehorn this abuse into existing laws. Sometimes it fits, sometimes it doesn't.
Jessica Taylor, CBS Austin News.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.